Go. Hello, me family. When I come again, of course, today another day we bring this special program to you. Of course, we all don't see waiting, we don't they happen this BN term na Sierra Leone. We suddenly wake up and check with mobile phones, with mobile devices, them na social media, especially WhatsApp, and we see say the former vice president Alhaji Abubakar Sumana, where the former president Anes by Kroma been sacked, where the APC they expel force and then the president sack him from the office, where we all jump on the street in demonstration against that very action, with plenty of una be call an unconstitutional action. So we see the former vice president, they hug and shake hand with the former president when him been sacked. So all man be shocked, even though some man be they talk say they not doubt waiting and see. And so we want for get a conversation about that very action today. And for get that conversation, we get no other person but somebody will be there very close to the former vice president. One way na in at the global vice chairman of the Coalition for Change, one of the C4C, one of the political party where the former vice president and other members that we've been sympathetic to in cause where them form na Sierra Leone, where them participate in just the concluded elections. Then also this person happened for be one of the founders of the Concerned Sierra Leoneans, the organization we've been called for protest all over the world against what the former president been do to the former vice president. And so for discuss that, we get no other person but Mr. Aiah Fanday. Mr. Fanday get for talk to you today from the Maryland, the Washington, D.C. metro area. Hello, Mr. Fanday. How you do today?
I do fine. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's always a delight for Let will get you on Sherix. Let will talk about national issues. And of course, we appreciate you because one Sierra Leonean way, you just get this just cause for fight for good things in the country. So, though clear now, we can see this very, surprising information where we see pictures of the former vice president, they hug the former president, we sack him. As the global vice chairman of the C4C, how you been receiving pictures and day?
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Sharif, for inviting me to the show. And we thank you for the services that you provide to the community and the Sierra Leone at large.
You're welcome.
Honestly, when we wake up to the story, the breaking news, where all over social media, it was very heart-wrenching, to be honest with you, because some of we were within the leadership of C4C will not be expect that such a day will come so soon. Of course, we as Yolinians, say we are very forgiving human beings. We're very flexible when it comes to dealing with past atrocities and all that. But the way this has been done by our leader, Sumana, it wasn't the proper way, to put it slightly, that if you consult in leadership, that we provide advice and for go about the way this is done, or this was done a couple days ago. If the vice president being consult with some of us, we would advise him that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with making peace. There's nothing wrong to forgive. We are human beings. But the process of getting there would have been different. What some of us would have preferred is for the people that actually wrong him, which is headed by the president, him alone, with his cabals, they actually sacked him unconstitutionally from office. As your introduction stated, right there and there we go into action. Some of us, with you included, Mr. Sherif. We formed Constancio Union. We fought on his behalf. We demonstrated on his behalf, against what Anescroma did. Then we believe that the Constitution of Sierra Leone has been abused, and the way it was treated was wrong. So we stood behind him. We stood behind him as an individual, but also to protect the Constitution of Sierra Leone, that what happened could not repeat by any other president, So honestly, for us to see that him, the victim, that is Sam Sumana, for making you go take an entourage, for go na McKinney and visit the former president to forgive, that's not proper. I mean, that is not the way he should have done it. What we would have preferred to see is for Anescroma, if really honestly they want to make peace with Sam Sumana and the Kono people then, now then forgo to Kono and meet Sam Sumana and the Kono people then and ask that, let bygone be bygone. But for this to happen the other way around, it doesn't sit well with some of us. And I'm sure it sit well with Kono people there. Majority of Kono people will not accept this.
Right.
Because of how APC treat the Konos the last 10 years when they were in power.
So, Mr. Fanday, just now you say if Sam Sumana been doing the right way, would I not be forget problem with the action we don't take? So, make I ask you, particularly the politically, you being the global vice chairman of the C4C, where would I be there inside the C4C? Would I be there ever envisage for say there will come a day where the vice president and inform our boss then go get together and do a kind of reconciliation like how they don't do them?
Well, to be honest with you, we'll not see this coming. To be honest with you, because as I stated earlier, of course, maybe the vice president, you don't get a change of heart, you want to forgive and else, which is fine, But the way it's carried, the way he handled them wasn't done properly. I mean, it's correctly, and it's C4C. The leadership of C4C was not consulted, to be honest with you, politically. And I'll tell you right now, most C4C members, them within the country, especially in Akono, and then in the diaspora, do not approve of this. Okay? Do not approve of how it's handled. Do not approve how the vice president handled this reconciliation. But time will tell. So all I'm gonna state here today is that C4C as a political party will not go anywhere. C4C will not align itself with APC. It's not official. And C4C is an independent political party that, structured to be an independent entity. We've not approved to align ourselves with any other political party. Not right now, not previously, and not in the future.
Well, say, Mr. Fanday, it is an open secret for say the reason why the Coalition for Change was formed in the first place was because of Sam Sumana. And so plenty of people that know say the existence of C4C is because of him. And so if you say C4C not get for dissolve, not get for reconcile with anybody, get for continue, get for stay, waiting at the plan for would that go be the next phase of C4C without Sam Sumana?
Well, to be honest with you, when they put C4C leadership, when they put when they put the cat before the us, okay? So what do they do? What happened so a couple of days ago? I seen, will not accept, will not glad for, will not happy, but we'll wait for the official statement from Vice President Sam Sumana for tell C4C leadership say, una tenki, una nominate me as una flag bearer. Well, this is the time has come for me to move on. We'll wait for that official statement there, for that official letter, for that official pending. Then we go take action. Then we will see. Because I'll tell you right now that we as C4C, we are not aligned with any other political party. We're an independent entity and an independent structure. So that's going to stand. And by God in power, whatever Sam Sumana decides to do, which is his right, we have no problem with that, then right for left C4C and go to another political party, then right for run or for join, for go back to a former party, which is APC. We have no quarrel with that. All we are asking for is for it to be official. Then with the C4Cans, let we restructure with party going forward. But trust me, C4C will survive this. C4C will supersede this, and C4C would forever live. This party is bigger than one individual. This party is bigger than all of us. Okay, we formed this party in the interest of the country, so we make sure people then get a choice, and that's what they did last election. So, with C4C on the ballot, we actually accomplished something that's not been accomplished in the history of Sierra Leone. That is to have a true divided government in Sierra Leone. Which we parliamentarians and then of course, as you know, Kono play a major role of the outcome of the last election. So we know how we stand. We know how people that stand. We know two people that suffered for the last 10 years under APC. And Sumana knows that. He knows how people that suffer. So to forgive is fine, but it's not going to come that easy.
Right. And so, right, yes. And so there is no doubt, Mr. Fanday, that the people of Kono always stand on principle and that they were a factor in the just concluded elections in the country. And so, with your knowledge of Sam Sumana being a human being somebody when I all come up from the Kono axis, waiting you feel say for don't be in motivation for make it even go shake hand, hug, and talk to Anes by Chroma after we don't talk plenty evil things about this Maya. So waiting for don't be in motivation for doing what he did.
Well, that's a very good question, Mr. Sherif. But honestly, I cannot read his mind.
Right.
I will not be. If I wish I could, but I could not. But I'll tell you something. Whatever the motivation is, it doesn't bother some of us. Okay. But one thing we know, okay, that in life, certain things you don't do. Some of us have stood for behind Sam Sumana from the beginning of this episode. Okay,
right.
We've sacrificed our time, we sacrificed our families' resources to support Vice President Sam Sumana. And history will judge us that we did our best. We did what we have to do to protect the Constitution of Sierra Leone. History will judge us from the beginning of Concerned Sierra Leonean, to now where we stood, to the formation of C4C. Concerned Sierra Leonean, before it even began, when they kicked when Sam Sumana was sacked, I started having meetings in the DMV area of Concerned Sierra Leoneans. That's how we built Concerned Sierra Leonean. Having meetings every Sunday. I was having a meeting at a church at University of Bolivar. So now Mustafa Y contacts me and say, "Aiah, okay, what you're doing is fine, but why don't you nationalize this issue? This is bigger than this is something we cannot." So I said, "Mustafa, that's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with that." So what we did, we elevate the issue of him being unconstitutionally sacked,
right,
to a global issue. You were there. We formed C4C. We go and have myself and Mustafa went foot to foot and secure a permit for Mukuga demonstration at the White House, the biggest demonstration ever in the history of Sierra Leone, outside of Sierra Leone.
Right.
We did that. You were part of that.
Yes, I was there.
Okay. We supported Sam Sumana. We did everything in the humanly possible for making go position Sam Sumana, for making not go be a footnote to Sierra Leone history.
Right.
And we went further, and some of us went and formed C4C as a political party, and then we Vice President say, "Come," because what you've done, what you've endured, cannot just go silently. Come and lead this party.
Right.
So
So
let
so
history judge us, of what we've done.
right.
There's certain things in life you don't do, you know.
Well, so
Okay.
plenty people and they way they talk say Sam Sumana na person everything where they do, it gets a little bit of shady stuff where they go on. He's not a very honest man. Na person enough for rely on waiting they do. Right now, people then feel say they try for project himself as a factor from that corner end for say in a major political figure that the corner axis. So anything we do, if anybody listen to her, able for change games now the corner area. But then after we the corner people then say we in the hug, we're gonna McKinney meet with the former president, they hug, they shake hand. We see where people them inside corner, then they burn C4C t-shirts them, then they burn some Sumana in t-shirts them. So I want to know, how big of a factor is Sam Sumana in the Kono district? How big is a factor in a person way go able for change games politically? And
Well, to be honest with you, yes, you go able for it's a game changer. Okay.
even up to this moment.
Well, let me tell you something. Let me finish.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. He's got a lot of influence now, but the bottom line is the influence that Sumana gets. Okay, if it's strategically aligned with the right political party, okay, it will see himself through. But I'll tell you this for free, that as far as APC is concerned, as far as we cannot pick it in concern, okay, what APC did to our people the last 10 years, I don't care if they put Sam Sumana or they put Chief Sangba or whoever they put on top of the ticket, we will not forget what APC did to the Connors for the last 10 years. Trust me.
Okay.
So that influence will be a non-factor. It depends on the political party that is aligned with. And I'll tell you right now, APC would not. APC have a long way to go for they cannot forgive APC. I'm telling you this. This is something that's deep. We our people suffered. Our people were jailed, killed. Okay, because of the support of Sam Sumana. This very Sam Sumana, when you go out at the Skroma, people were killed, people were jailed.
Okay, so
all of us know the history. It's out there, and Sam Sumana knows this. So I tell you right now, yes, it's got some influence, but I tell you the influence is all depend on how it's aligned. Okay, and if it's not aligned properly, that influence is non-factor. And I tell you right now, the Connors would not support APC regardless of which Connor man they put on top of their ticket. So if that's the strategy, then they are making a big mistake. I'm telling you, this is we the Connor in the diasporas and the Connors on the ground, they're very hot. And I want Aneskroma to know this. I want APC to know this. And the last election was a message to them that you guys cannot just treat us as humanly. Then you feel say we go accept just a talking or just a show of handshake or hugging. No, it's deeper than that, my friend. So I'll just tell you right now, the Connors, of course, we are peaceful people, but trust me, the Connors are very reserved. They're very resilient, And what they did last elections, if that's an indication, APC got a long way to go.
Right. So, Mr. Fanday, ever since we Sam Sumana go na McKinney, go meet Anes by Chroma and everything we transpire they. Not tell according to you, not tell the C4C hierarchy, when I not get any conversation about that. When I don't try for reach out to her and ask her why he do what he do.
Well, that's coming.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, he and I talked the day before he wrote marketing. We talk on something unrelated to what is going on right now. Okay. He did not mention anything to me about this trip. Okay.
Really?
Yes. We talked the day before. We talked about something else, but that was not mentioned to me. Yes, he did not consult the global leadership of C4C. That was not, we're not consulted. But the global leadership of C4C, I'll tell you right now, C4C is made of, the leadership is made of some intelligent people then,
Right.
very structured, very, very nurtured, very disciplined, okay? If you follow salon politics, if you follow the last election, you saw what C4C did. We said very little. In fact, from the outcome of you'll be surprised because, people then say, the other party, they be grandiose and all that. We said, we worked behind the scene. We worked very disciplined. We are very disciplined what we do, And you saw the result of the last elections. We are not stupid. We are very, very, very disciplined. We've got a very disciplined leadership. So this issue will be addressed, okay? C4C would get out of this. C4C will restructure itself. And I believe that because I know the kind of people that I deal with. I know how C4C, the people there that are working behind the scene, that everybody don't get to see, everybody don't get to hear. So we'll get through this and we'll sort this out. And I'm telling you, C4C is not going nowhere. C4C will not go nowhere. C4C is here to stay, and they will stay. And C4C is not going to be like any other political party where they stand as alone. For some reason, after the first election, they fall out. No, this is not going to happen. Because you know what? Sumana for realized they deal with a different leadership of people them where they come together for form C4C. Very different. This is not like the salon political people there where they quickly be influenced by money or influenced by power. No, we're not. Because we don't need anything from nobody. You didn't show me money.
Right.
You don't tell me, say, I can here $5,000 if flop in your eye. No, you're not. And we have people that within the party that are very well placed, that God and bless them, very resourceful. So your money will not shake some of us. Your power, we don't see it as nothing. We've lived in the diaspora. We've made our own. God and bless you your own way. So nothing they flop with eye.
So knowing that Sumana, plenty of people that they believe say na Maui like money, they get for all the entire way they do now because they want for survive. They want not get job right now, so it try for survive. So if you say money play hand inside this kind of here, the same thing will happen when a money can play, make people that do stuff. So if you say money play it.
To be honest with you, I know we make accusations. I know I accuse nobody of something I don't know. To be honest, I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. But one thing I know for sure, the C4C leadership will not be bribed. That I know for sure. Because I know the kind of leaders they will get at C4C.
But Sumana happens to be one of the leaders. He's the political head of the party. When I not sack him yet, so he's one of the leaders. And if they do that kind of thing, and people that know say na Maui like money, so now make could they ask if money don't play hand.
No, very good question. There's nothing wrong with it. Very, very good question. But to be honest with you, I cannot honestly answer that question because I don't know. To be honest, I don't accuse nobody of taking a bribe or taking money from somebody who I don't know. But I'll tell you for sure that whatever it is that's happening, it's all good. I mean, for whoever individual, that's fine. We have no problem with that. But I tell you, we C4C our baby. Whatever you have to do it behind the scene. But don't go with the intent to destroy C4C. C4C will not go nowhere. C4C will not be destroyed, will not be restructured. C4C will not be bribed. C4C will stay in existence for our people, for our country, for the betterment of the country, okay? And C4C will survive what is happening right now. I'll tell you, Mr. Sherif, and we'll go through these trials and come out of it, very with the flying colors.
Okay.
We're working. And we're working behind the scenes and taking care of issues that's not even out there in the public yet. But C4C will survive this episode, will survive these trials, and C4C leadership will take actions accordingly, timely, and properly. We will not rush into decisions. But trust me, this C4C I know, the leadership I know, none of we will take anybody in dying.
Okay. Well, yeah, Mr. Fanday, fix your camera small. But, let us be practical, right? Let us be practical. Let we assume, say, C4C no able for giving to whatever Sumana they try for do. If they do shady deals them in the background with and it's by Chroma or the APC that they try for get in they pay all money from them, in they pay assure and say no, I go make C4C go join una. Okay, let una assume say una no they accept that. But then being that he is a political figure in the country, they're able for go get people that are cannot to side with him. You know, is that a possibility for say they go able for bypass una, they go to the corner people that they're able for stand with them, or una get more power to talk to your people to say una not get forgiving to this man if you're not going through the right channel?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Sherix. If that's their calculation, I think last election for don't teach them a lesson that they're making a big mistake. If that's their, I mean, this is we're talking politics now. We're talking numbers. You know? Let me also say this. You know, I'll tell you this: 90% of the economic people there, 90%, 90%. Yes, Sumana may have maybe 10% to follow him, but 90% of them would not. I'm telling you. I mean, you know, the economic that I know today, they use them. We leaders that we chiefs them, we MPs them. The sufferments where they suffer for the last 10 years. I tell you, nothing will move these people. Nothing. If that was the case, that election, I was told, you know, how much money APC spent on Kono?
Right.
They spent a lot of money. They outspent SFPP, outspent everybody else. But look at the result. So then it didn't even cross my mind, you know. So maybe yes, he may have some support. There's nothing wrong with that. There'll be like 10 or so %. But I tell you, 90 or plus % will not support that kind of shady, you know, arrangement. No, not for the Kono people. Kono people then too, they get pride. You know, well, pride is bigger than that. You know, it's bigger than somebody keeping change.
Of course, no doubt. We know say Kono people then when they always stand on principle, when they keep on pride, when they solidarize with our brothers and sisters, provided if they work with una. But then, you know, plenty people then they where they talk say there is a very young and formidable political figure where they come up nada Kono axis when are the former mayor of the Kono Sembehun, you know, town city council, when Salamina, Chief Salamina, you know, Naposi where they come up very vibrant, but people that they talk say a need for align itself with a political party where go able for propel in potentials than before. So when I feel say asking this question about what will be the plan B for the C4C in case Sumana fala money or fala wetin they do right now with the APC, you wanna they consider somebody like Salamina, and then we also get another figure when at the current High Commissioner of Sierra Leone to the United Kingdom, even though in a SLPP, but a strong Konoman, Lamina himself. These are people who don't come out, they don't write, they don't condemn what Sumana don't do. When they reach out to people like this for let una know how una go able to bring the Kono people then together, you know. So I want for me to talk on that. The plan B.
Okay. Actually, Mayor Lamina is not Honorable Lamina. He's in a parliament now, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
And just like you mentioned, he is a dynamic young upcoming leader. Okay. There's he got a lot of potential. Honorable Lamina. He got a lot of potential. And then in addition to Lamina, there's a lot of other, you know, very progressive, you know, young upcoming leaders, you know. But we've got plenty of them, you know. We got multiple options. So for me to go really reposition ourselves and find a leader, it will not take me long. It will not take us long. But right now,
that leader has to be from Kono per se?
Well, no. For C4C, no. For C4C, as a political party, no. The answer is no. But for Kono leadership, of course, we got plenty within Kono that we can tap onto their skills, their their experience, and then their maturity, all that for me then go lead, you know, the Kono power structure. But when it comes to C4C, no. In fact, C4C, the next leader, you know, might be anyone from anywhere. It's just and that's, we're gonna get to that when the time comes, when the time is right. We'll get to that. Right now we're not for discussing leadership right now, until we get to where the time is right for us to do what we have to do to restructure C4C. And that time will come. But when you talk about Connaughts, within Connaught, the leaders of Connaught, as far as political leaders, we've got plenty of them. Of course, Lamina is one of them. He's, now young man, we got a lot of potentials, and then we got many of them also. In fact, the current mayor also in Connaught, the mayor where last election we win C4C seat, he's a dynamic young guy coming up. We got a lot of parliamentarians there, when very dynamic, So we got some hidden talents within Connaught, some strong leaders within Connaught that we can tap into anytime when that time they come. But I'll tell you right now, with the C4C, with next national leader, it could be a national leader. C4C is not just a Connaught party. Of course, our stronghold is in Connaught. There's nothing wrong with that. Every political party have a stronghold,
Yes.
But we will nationalize C4C in a way that maybe the next leader we will lead the party will not even be from Connaught. So we are very open to that, and we know that.
Right. So basically, we appreciate all of that. And the next thing I want to ask you is that on this position where you don't talk, the former vice president not reach out to where they're gonna McKinney for go meet them and them, and it's by Chroma and everything we don't do, inform the hierarchy of the party. Now, I know say the global vice chairman, we'll get the chairman, we'll get other executive members then. Una they talk as one voice on this issue, or the executive is divided with regards to how una respond to what Sumana do?
Okay, now I cannot speak for the national executive alone. Okay, within the executive there's a split. Okay, just like any other political party, there's issues. So that is something we're going to address also with time.
Okay,
but I tell you, the global leadership is very reserved in reference to what we want for this party, and we are very much on the same platform. We speak on the same platter. So, what is happening today, or what we saw the other day, the global leadership was not informed, and we're not pleased with that. We're not happy about it. But as I tell you earlier, those are things we'll address with time. But yes, the global leadership is on the same. We are on the same page. We work in concerts. We work in teams, and then we're speaking in one voice. Okay,
right.
And what just happened was we're not informed. We do not approve of it, and that is something that needs to be said. The national leadership in Sierra Leone, the executive leadership, we know for sure because I'm in contact with some of them, if not almost all of them. I know there's a split. Okay, so that is something we're going to address with due time, and we're working on that. As the C4C structure, the C4C leadership is working on resolving that issue within the national executive in Sierra Leone, the one on the ground.
Okay, so coming to the end of this broadcast, we understand say plenty people and the way they maintain this idea say between the two major political parties in Sierra Leone, APC, SLPP. The need for commote now, even with waiting the current SLPP they try for do, but the need for commote, and that a third force for inside. Now, we don't see that one day practical it. Anytime we go to elections, it's either SLPP or APC. Now, as the global vice chairman of the C4C, what confidence do you have for say in 2023 that when a political party go actually form government in Sierra Leone?
Well, to be honest with you, as you name described, coalition, okay, for change. So we, as I tell you, C4C is made up of a very intelligent individual. So we go for reassess, we position on the ground, reassess with strengths and weaknesses, and then maybe we align ourselves with other political parties just to make an e-roll. But as you can tell from the last election, You know, this issue of these two political parties, them, the SFP and APC, of course, they've been embedded into the society for years, you know, more than 60 years. You know, C4C was just from a year ago. NGC, I believe, you know, about, you know, almost the same time. So, what do they say? And should not start to make some inroads into the political arena, salon, by winning some seats, you know, winning parliamentary seats. This is not going to stop. This is going to continue, and we're going to grow, you know. But, you know, we're not stupid either. I mean, this is politics. So at the end of the day, time will come. We sit down and reassess. We put our SWOT analysis on the table and looked at our strengths, our weaknesses, and see what we need to do to maybe realign ourselves or maybe merge onto other political parties with the same progressive interest, and for Meko go into the next elections. But that will all happen with time. We are very flexible, you know, we're very open. But one thing will not allow for make any party take way for a ride, for make any party take way for like use we and dump we. That will not happen, you know. So that alone, I mean, that for sure will not come to pass, because C4C on its own, we don't prove say we can actually make a difference. And C4C made a huge difference in Kono by actually denying APC the victory in the last general election. So if C4C can do that, they can do that during any other elections, not alone. But to strengthen our national influence, maybe we need to do something differently. And we're, you know, as I said, we're open to a lot of options on the table. I've been approached by a lot of other people then talking to me about, you know, possibilities. So, you know, we're working on things.
Right. So, Mr. Fanday, quickly, you know, with time done, quickly, if the people then are kono we been stand with now inside the past election, then they watch you right now where you they talk. I want for me you tell them something specific about waiting Sam Sumana don't do. Where it go to McKinney, it go hug and it's by Chroma, it shake hand with them. They appear like saying a reconciliation they don't do. Waiting go be your message to people in Akono concerning that very action by the former vice president.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I like your question. Me people then I will just talk to me people then for say, whatever it is when I don't see on TV, when I don't see on our phone, on social media, I want for me to understand say we not gonna let them down. The C4C political party would not let the Kono people them down. We will not do that because I see some people in the bunty shirt, all the vex. I can understand that, but then the cry say, "Would go this party?" No, please don't do that. Stay with us. Stay the cause. Your brothers and sisters are with you. C4C is with you. Okay, we will not let our people down. We will not let C4C go nowhere. C4C is not moving to is not merging with any political party whatsoever. So I want to reassure and say C4C will not do that to them. We are here to stay. We are being strengthened by some of these actions. If I can put it lightly, I'm telling you, because this don't really motivate some of us for say we cannot have this happen to C4C. So me people then do are the big one. Whatever it is to happen, do are the big one say we're not picking them. Una picking them when they begin the C4C. They are with you. They will stand by you. We will not disappoint you now. C4C will not go nowhere. C4C they merge with no political party, regardless of what you don't see you to the area. We're an independent party. We party na party of its own, and that's how it's gonna stay. So there, una stay with we, una give it chance, una give it time for me to go restructure with party, for me to go realign myself. And present yourself to una again. But una stay with you, we're not left free with the big una. C4C is here to stay. We're not going nowhere. We are very resolved in our determination to make sure we change the course of political the political system as alone in a better way for una.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is now Mr. Aiah Fanday, the Global Vice Chairman for the Coalition for Change, C4C, and also one of the founders of the Concerned Sierra Leoneans. We'll get to talk to another, person later on, specifically on Concerned Sierra Leoneans, so that make we not bother for ask Mr. Fanday that question there. But once more, one for tell you plenty thank you, and of course we will make all man go get this interview all over the world, from you. We appreciate you and thank you, Mr. Fanday.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sherix. God bless.
Yes.